minutes, Dave. 24 minutes, Dave. We did it, Dave. 24 minutes, baby.
Two on the right side, one on the left side.
No cap, at least tonight.
Darvin, is there any way you could just convince the players that every game is an in-season tournament game? Seems like it really played well in all four. But how about tonight specifically? Where did you see that juice in the first quarter, and how did they carry it through?
I just think it started with our defense. Things we talked about pregame, our pregame walkthrough, the film, things that we've been struggling with all year. I mean, they still got their fair share of offensive rebounds, but in those initial minutes, those initial segments of the game, I don't think it was as blatant and as harmful to us. And that's a part of our game we've been trying to get better at, started the defense, enter the defense, transition through the half court to finishing the defense with a defensive rebound. But I thought our guys came out with unbelievable energy, effort, getting stops and running the other way. And that's the other thing that was really, really impressive is just the pace in which we play with, our deep outlets, kick-aheads, early attacks, passing on time, on target in the pick and roll, our big guys or whoever our screeners were rolling hard, and the ball movement, getting to a second and third side. I thought it was incredible. So it's a great, great step in the right direction, and us not only, securing anything for the in-season tourney, but just us coming together and constantly trying to, get better at being together and playing the right way.
Any early indicators about Reddish in the groin, how serious it might be?
Not as of yet. The doctors will look at him tonight and continue the process of treating that, and then we'll know more in the morning.
And just as a follow-up, you could argue you're without your three best point-of-attack defenders. With Vincent and Vanderbilt almost also out. You started Christie in the second half. Just wondered how you thought he looked and where you think he can pick up some of that slack until one of those guys returns.
Max is a really bright young player. It's a part of us, going to be a part of us for a long time. Just him learning how to navigate screens on the ball. He's really good off the ball, navigating screens, but on the ball, just talking him through it. He tends to get a little preoccupied with whoever's screening him as opposed to getting into the ball and dictating where the ball handler goes. And so we'll continue to work with him, but that's a bright young player, someone we're really excited about, and I'm happy to see, unfortunate circumstances obviously, but happy to see him get his beak wet a little bit and get out there and get in the fray.
Darvin, beyond tomorrow being your sixth game in 9 nights and second night of a back-to-back and being able to save LeBron James minutes, only played 24 minutes, that being a benefit of winning in this fashion, how beneficial is it to you and your coaching staff to get a fourth quarter like you did tonight as you're in this evaluation period that's kind of been elongated because of injuries to get to see some stuff that you really haven't gotten to see in a game thus far?
I mean, it's great, and man, especially against a ball club like that come at you. And we've all had nights like that, been on the wrong side of nights like that. But whenever you can get guys touches and allow them to get their rhythm going, we're a little shorthanded, so some of our main rotation guys had to stay in for an extended period of time. But that said, just constantly working on our execution. No one out there trying to isolate and stack numbers, but continuously playing the right way. And again, guys being able to see the ball go in for themselves, get into a good rhythm. Max getting some really good minutes, not knowing, we'll find out what's going on with Cam, but, Max could be deep in the, really prominent in the rotation come the next game. So it's good to see him get extended minutes, but you have to just really break down that time with that type of deficit within the game. You just got to be smart and work on your execution and continue to build habits defensively.
Darvin, how pleased were you just in general knowing, Utah doesn't have Kessler, with how physical you guys were and how well you guys use your size in this game?
Well, that's a huge presence. Kessler, he brings a lot in terms of his running, his rebounding, his shot blocking, his finishing around the rim. Really talented basketball player. So there's a big hole in the middle of their lineup, but Whoever is playing for them, we try to make it about us in terms of how we have to come out and approach the game and how the things we need to do to execute. Obviously, you have your certain points within the game plan that you got to execute to try to make it difficult for your opposing team, but it's also about how you best present yourself on both sides of the ball.
Darvin, how do you wrap your head around LeBron hitting 39K with points and just knowing that he can obviously create even more separation after breaking Kareem's record last season?
Like I said, it's special before the game. We should all be appreciative of what we're witnessing. It's only 39,000, not 40, so he didn't get the game ball tonight. He gets 40K, he'll get the game ball.
What does it do to your offense when you guys are able to shoot threes like you did tonight?
It just opens everything up. I mean, I want all our guys to be positive and confident in their shot, even though certain guys are struggling a little bit, not hitting their mark. But at the end of the day, we want to play fast, physical, and free, and with force. And so those same looks, I want them to keep taking them. But when you see them going down, that means, the defense has to shift less, and they have to be more accountable for guys who may not necessarily have the ball in their hands at the time. And it opens up driving lanes. It opens up space for our roller to get downhill after he sets a screen. And in transition, it opens up lanes for early attacks. So anytime you guys shot making, it's definitely going to make life easier offensively.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.